From a bowel perspective, they did pull my GJ tube. We are at an oncology appointment, bright and early. My oncologist called me yesterday afternoon saying that the tests that they had ordered from Cincinnati Children's came back and they were positive. So I have officially received the HLH diagnosis. They're doing some kind of construction in the room next to me. But my oncologist is not the most knowledgeable about HLH, so he kind of deferred my case to another oncologist in his practice, and I saw her this morning on the phone yesterday. He was under the impression I was going to be direct admitted to potentially start Rituxan, but we were going to see this doctor this morning to formulate the plan and then work on the direct admission. But because my HLH is presenting a little more mild, we're going to recheck some labs. Then I will see her again on Thursday, and then we will figure out more of a plan. We got some of my bone marrow results back that were kind of wonky. That just has everybody perplexed because it doesn't make any sense. I'll just post a picture because I can't say any of those words. We were all packed and everything to go to the hospital, and now we don't gotta go yet. That is where I got engaged at. Campbell's Covered Bridge. It looks different in that season compared to the fall. Okay. I am waiting in the car. My oncology appointment, I look rough. My oncology appointment went well. Much better than everyone expected. It is practically a God-given mini miracle. My labs are trending in the right direction. My CBC is normal, aside from my hemoglobin and red count, which is related to my more anemia. My monocytes are back up from 0 to 5 or 6. She checked my Epstein-Barr titers, and that is still detectable, but it's within normal limits. That is what they believe triggered this exacerbation of HLH. Another inflammatory marker that they use, it's a test called LDH. That was extremely high, like 1700. That has been cut in half. The only labs that are not trending in the proper direction are my triglycerides, which high triglycerides is a sign of HLH. Mine are normally low, like they're flagged as low when they're tested, and now they're actually above, out of the range, and those keep going up. And my liver functions are higher than they've ever been. HLH messes with up the liver. So, and TPN long term does not help matters either. So that is why that probably isn't trending back down as quickly as the other labs, because things are going in such a good direction. We are not doing chemo right now. They have me on steroids on a higher dose than my maintenance dose for adrenal insufficiency and mast cell. And so far that is going to be my only HLH treatment, since I do seem to be responding and we have gotten the fevers under control with just that. I am very grateful, because there are many HLH patients that do not have quite the same outcome as I have had. I'm a little less tired. The bone pain that HLH causes is different. It feels different. It's more of a shocking bone pain than what mast cell causes, because bone pain is also a symptom of mast cell activation. And when I have mast cell activation induced bone pain, it's more of a constant ache, whereas this is like shooting pains through my bones. It is difficult to explain. From a bowel perspective, they did pull my GJ tube and replaced it with a peg because they believed that was what was causing the intussusception repeatedly in my small bowel. I have been a little over a week with the peg. My main concern was that my GJ, since it's threaded throughout the GI tract, that it was holding my pylorus open. The pylorus is the exit of the stomach. So when that is removed, there's nothing propping my stomach open. And I have gastroparesis, so there's no telling when my pylorus is going to open on its own without having like that opening and then gravity. So I've not gotten sicker with the peg. I'm keeping it on continuous drainage like I did my GJ. But we have noticed a few differences. Before, I was having tons of diarrhea, and now I haven't went to the bathroom in 9 days. So there's definitely, I've noticed a difference in that. And I am in less intestinal pain than I used to be. So I know that removing the GJ was the correct decision. We don't know when we are going to put it back in or if we are. That means I have no J access. I cannot do J tube feedings. So they've encouraged me just to eat a couple bite of things as I can, but that mostly just thins out. I've gotten some things to trial to see if I react to them. So far, my only safe-ish thing is that Naughty vanilla ice cream. I am at my PCP's office because over the weekend I developed sudden hearing loss. Originally in my right ear, I went and sat up in bed, and then my hearing went out in just that one ear, and I thought I was about to faint because with dysautonomia, sometimes losing your hearing happens prior to fainting. And so I sat or laid back down and the hearing returned. But then I tried to go on a little walk around the block to get some of my stamina up. And during that walk, my hearing went again in my right ear. And it's been gone since, partially. And then a couple hours later, it went in my left ear too.
Hey, real quick, what's the name of that book you're reading?
Right now? The Goldfinch.
The Goldfinch?
And so I am at my PCP's office to get her to look at my ear to make sure I don't have an ear infection, which I've never even had before, or if I've developed a major wax impaction suddenly, or if the hearing loss is due to other reasons. I haven't been to my PCP office since 2017. She makes sure I stay away unless I really need to be here, and because this was a hearing issue, I couldn't really call the oncologist or the GI doctor who normally takes care of everything to look at my ear. I looked at my ear, couldn't see a thing, which we're not surprised. That's how it always goes. And my ear canals are very, very tiny. They're gonna clean out my ear until I can see something.
This will be a little cold, okay? Just let you know. I know that feels really weird, I'm sorry. Oh, that hurts. Okay, you want me to take a break?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Careful, this will pop out. Oops, sorry, I'm messing up your head, Mandel.
Oh, it's okay, I got the arm. Or they had the nurse come and clean out my ears so they could try to See, I've been sleeping for the last few hours because I've been so motion sick from them messing in my ear. They used a spray bottle with some tube attached to it, and they put saline in it. And the nurse went so fast with so much pressure that they sent me into a mast cell reaction. So then we stopped that, and then the doctor tried to dig the wax out. And we were successful to some extent. She was able to see the eardrum to confirm I do not have an infection. My mom's cleaning out the closet in the hallway. She confirmed I did not have an infection, but that my eardrum on the side where my hearing is the worst does not look normal. So now I have to go to the ENT because since it wasn't proving to be a wax problem, because nothing changed and it wasn't presenting like one anyway. She didn't have the know-how to or equipment to assess the situation further. So I'm waiting when I call back from the ENT to figure out when my appointment is going to be. She is hoping it'll be within the week.